Today I'm at the 2025 Melbourne National 4x4 show and saw this, and this. Watch this video to see all the GWM vehicles I found at the show last weekend. Check this out, we're at the GWM stand at National 4x4 in Melbourne. This here is the Cannon Vanta that's on display. 30 life. Bronze alloy wheels, 17-inch with Cooper Discover tyres, ST Max. Looks really nice with the blue and the black trims in the Vanta. 2.4 litre turbo diesel. It's got a sunroof. It's got accessorised crossbar on top. And for those who haven't seen before, this is what the interior looks like. And not only that, check out the back seats. The back seats fold up for massive storage space, etc. Sports bar, gas struts with the tailgate, and not only that, you've got a step for easy access into the tray as well. You guys missed out earlier, but there's a competition running. The fastest person chucking all of these into the back of the ute is gonna win about $2,000 worth of accessories in the show this weekend. And check out the wall, bureau clock hill, in case you forgot. And over here, this Tank 300 has a bit of a story to it. So about a few weeks ago, GWM Australia has launched a competition for customers to tag GWM on their Tank 300 or 500. Just a photo, quick description, and this is the customer car that has won. What do you guys think? It's got the Hamer bull bar. It's got the spots light. I do like this Tank front grille. What do you guys reckon? I like that a lot. Underneath, there is the bash plate, recovery hook, and this bar is winch compatible, although there's no winch here. The red color is also really nice. It's got a 2.5 inch lift, big wheels and tires. 285 17-inch. And as we go look at inside, I really like this touch as well with this Alcantara steering wheel cover. And not only, and because it is a cover, so the standard steering wheel is a little bit skinny to my liking. With this additional cover, I reckon it's just right. This little cover has been modified as well. Blacked out badges on the back. Not sure about you guys, but I really dig this taillight cover. On the inside, there is not a lot of modification, but just really handy mats for the back. So when you fold the seats down, you've got this rubber surface and everything sticks together. This little bit it's not very noticeable, but it is very interesting that they've added this extra piece there to stop the mud getting all gunked up around the back of the door. You can see the suspension lift, Dobinsons, and if you look underneath, this car definitely goes off-road and is used as it's intended. So cool to see this car. Additional bit about the story of this owner. He actually came to National 4x4 the previous year in 2024. Saw a red Tank 300 at the ARB stand looking really nice. And that has pushed him to purchase one himself. And this is the result. Apart from this, there's also the auto spec 4x4 Cannon Alpha. This one has got the GWM upgrade and it's got the Rexa front bar. It's a pretty nice looking unit fog light and the light bar fully integrated with the front camera being relocated as well. This is also winch compatible on the inside. What do you guys reckon? I dig the look of this bar a lot. Great improvement on the approach angle, and rated recovery points being added on the front, both left and right. We've seen this car before in one of my videos. If you haven't, make sure you check it out. It's got the upgraded suspension, it's got the canopy, it's got the awning. This is a very cool setup. If you haven't seen it before, make sure you check out my video. I'll link it below. This is the famous Cannon Alpha PHEV that did B-roll Clock Hill. Compared to when it did B-roll Clock Hill, you can see we've got some, you can see there are some additional accessories being fitted. Still the same car though. Check out this ladder from Arcane Warrior. Can't really do this with one hand, but this actually slides up and then it tucks up nice and neat up top with a full-size ladder, giving you a full access to the roof tray. Then the awning on the side. You'll find it says GWM and Arcane Warrior. And let me know what you guys think about this rear tub setup. It's got the 2 crossbar with the toolboxes on top and a roller shutter at the bottom as well. Once again, doing V2L.
Welcome to the Spring 4x4
with running the TV, showing the video of B-roll Clock Hill, etc. Let's go suss out the rest of the show. Look what I found at opposite lock. A GWM Cannon Alpha hybrid in red. It's got a Raxa front bar with short antenna mounted on the bonnet, 270 awning up top, rock sliders, wheels and tires. Both the red color and the hybrid has been discontinued. This makes it a very rare Cannon Alpha. Tray racking, roller shutter, finally traction boards mounted on the side. I then stepped outside at Mount Max's. A decked out Tank 300 was performing 4x4 demonstration. Matt towed a camper trailer while demonstrating what to do, what not to do while off-roading.
Okay, let's line up for the first drive. Okay, so the first drive, this is the one from somebody who just wants to get up the mountain. Well, now what I tend to see them do is just drive straight up the mountain, okay? So they'll come into a situation like this, okay, and just start driving straight up the mountain. Now, as you can see here, we lose traction. Now, what I tend to see them do at this point is just rev the engine. Now, we are getting through, but we're wheels spinning a lot. Okay, it's not a refined drive. Okay, it's pretty rugged and it's not really that good for the vehicle. Okay, so let me back down. This car sometimes does some strange things like that. Okay. Alright, so let's get back over here. And you can see how Mrs. Bad Matt has painted a blue line down the middle of the mountain. Now that's where the water would flow. So this technique, I call it follow the water. What I'm going to do, as best I can, I'm going to keep that water under the center of the vehicle. Okay? So we're going to come in from here. I'm going to go as slow as I can pretty much the whole way up the mountain. Okay, so now the water's over to my left, so I turn to the left. I'm watching my mirrors to see what the camper trailer's doing. Okay, get to this point. I'm watching to see if I get any wheel spin. If I do, I'll left foot brake. At some point in this drive, I will lose traction. When I do, I'll find the traction and follow it. Now the water's around to my right, so I turn to the right. And as you can see, we're already getting up the mountain and we haven't had any wheel spin as yet, and it's really nice and controlled. Everything we do off-road is about control. Now somewhere here I'll probably lose traction. As soon as I did, I left foot brake and stopped that. Now the water's to the left, so turn to the left. I'm still wheel spinning, so I haven't got traction. Watch this. I'll go reverse and full right hand down, and I'll back up just a tiny bit. Okay, now forward and to the left. See if I've found traction. Yeah, I've got traction. Find the traction and follow it. Around to the left. Now somewhere here the water goes to the right, so we'll follow the water. And as you can see, we're climbing Mount Maxx with a camper trailer in a really nice controlled manner. We're not beating on our four-wheel drive, and we're not destroying the trails. And that's the sort of drive I expect to see from a competent four-wheel driver. Okay, so I'm going to roll in here to the first rock step. Now, we're going to go up this with traction only, okay? Front wheels are going to climb and back wheels are pushing. So traction only, no problems at all. But watch what happens now. When I get to this point here and feed on the power, I've lost traction. I'm just wheel spinning. Now what I see a lot of drivers do in that moment is they just start feeding the numbers, which is working your driveline really hard and scrubbing your tyres out. Watch what happens when I do the second drive, where I bring in the right amount of momentum. Now, remember I said this is the sort of thing where you've got to find that perfect balance? I don't get this drive right every time. Hopefully I do today, now, but it's okay. You just do it again and you change your momentum a slight bit. So let's see how we go. I'll come in, maintain a bit of speed, up, a little bit more, feed some power on, up, feed the power on, up, and stop. And we just got up that obstacle really well, except for the camper trailer. So I've now got to get that up. Now if I come up here, I can't even see the tyre onto the rock step yet. I'm looking for it in the mirror. Let's see if I can pull it up with just traction. No, I can't. Oh, I just did. Okay, that was better than I expected. Now I've got to get it up the second one. I know the second step is slightly bigger and I've got more ruts up the top here. So I'm going to try and get some momentum and just pop it up. But I don't want the camper trailer to go flying either. So let's see how we go. Okay, we're wheel spinning. I'm going to turn a bit that way. Okay, and there we go, perfect. All right, and up we go in a nice controlled manner. Okay, I'm going to duck down the back here and turn around. Now, the most modern automatics will allow you to get into a sports mode or a manual mode of some sort, but basically where you can select the gears. In this vehicle, I come back to drive, and then I've got paddle shifters up here, so I can select first gear, low range. Okay, what I want you to do as I come down this, I'm going to come off the brake pedal completely and let the engine braking and the gearbox control the vehicle down the hill. Now, this vehicle, because of the way the electronics are programmed, it does apply the ABS braking system, but even though this is 45 degrees, it will control it. And as you can see, without my foot on the brake, we've come down pretty well. Okay, so when you're off-road, make sure you're using that manual mode in your four-wheel drive. Learn how to use it, get familiar with it, and you'll find it really helps you.
If you own a GWM vehicle, there are two ways to do the gears manually. Use the paddle shifts directly, You'll find the gears change, but after a while the car reverts back to auto. If you use the selector and pull down one more time, now you are locked in manual mode and continue to use the paddles to change gears.
Okay, let's talk about diff locks. You see, a four-wheel drive is not actually a four-wheel drive. What it is a vehicle that has the potential to send drive to all four wheels. But at any moment in time, it'll only have drive to one front wheel and one back wheel. And I'll show you what I mean. I just have to line up a little bit more here. Okay, right in here, you're going to see that the front left and the back right rotate. One front and one back. Now the vehicle is trying to apply its traction control to get me up here, but you can see that we've got just those two wheels rotating. I'm now going to turn on the diff lock for the back. What I've done is I've joined the back two wheels together. Now I've got one front wheel and two back wheels driving, so three wheels are driving. Watch what happens. It takes a fraction of a second for the rear diff lock to engage. It's now engaged. So I feed on the power. We're climbing the mountain. Okay, usually about here we start to get an interesting thing develop. There it is. Okay, see how the back of the car is skewing across? Watch what happens now. I'm going to turn on the front diff lock. I have all four wheels have drive now. So watch what happens now. Once the front engages, it's engaged, and now we can feed forward and we've got complete vehicle control to get up through the obstacle. Feeding it forward. Now here's the thing about this. When you're twin locked, which both front and rear lockers are in now, you've got a huge amount of traction and a huge amount of off-road capability. When you're learning to four-wheel drive, you have to be really careful about how you use your diff locks. I'll show you what I mean. So right about now, I'm going to start going into what we call the rollover zone, the zone where I could roll this vehicle on its side. Now, I am not planning to do that now, but I am feeling the car as I feed the power, and look how that front left is climbing. Okay, I am able to keep driving right into that rollover zone. Now, if I did something wrong in this moment, like fed on a whole heap of power or maybe jab the brakes or something, the vehicle will roll over because the camper trailer is trying to pull me over as well. But with very careful vehicle control, I should be able to drive through this. Throttle control is key to off-roading, okay? And as you can see, we'll start to level up in a second. And there we go. All right, let me back down. So we'll back down through here. I've turned the front diff lock off so that I can maintain that vehicle steering control, because when you have the front diff lock in, you do find that steering can be a bit restricted. So these are the sort of things that you can be dealing with when you're towing in the off-road environment. See how I'm starting to jackknife a little bit there? Rather than following it, pull forward a little bit and then follow it back. All right, who reckons I could get up gunshot with the camper in tow? Okay, so I'm going to go as slow as I can. Now have a look at gunshot and just in your own mind, have a think about how far up you think I can drive as going as slow as I can. So I'm just using traction. Will I get over the top? Okay, just trying to be as gentle and as slow as I can. This is 44 degrees now. Do you think I'm still going to keep going? Did you think I'd get that far? Okay, I'm wheel spinning, that's all she's got. That's pretty impressive. but we didn't get up. Let's see if we can get up there with a little bit of momentum. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn both diff locks off and just try traction and momentum. So to do this, I'm going to come in, I'm going to accelerate at the bottom, maintain the revs, and then back off. Backing off, and over the top we go. And that's without diff locks. And that's what can happen when, as a driver, you know how to use the tools at your disposal in the vehicle and use those techniques to get through obstacles. Is that pretty cool?
While I was outside, I also found a Cannon Alpha PHEV with this interesting looking box on the back. Do you know what it is? It's got Wildland on the side, and the answer is a telescopic 2 stories camper. The idea is when you're driving around, it has minimal drag but ample space when you set up at camp. Do you like this idea? This is Carl's motor, and check out the Tank 300. If you've never heard of them before, neither have I. Originally from Japan, it was interesting to see what they call a Hayman. It has a unique looking front bar and front grille. And if you think that's a wrap, you'd be wrong. Check out the paint job. 4 sizable spotties up front with a line of additional spotlights on the roof, upgraded suspension, upper control arms, metal side steps, interior remains the same with an added monitor, roof panel, side ladder, rear bar work, and also up top, this light bar built into the spoiler. This beefed up spare wheel carrier is also huge. So what do you think? Is this to your liking? We are now at Trek, and they have an orange Tank 300 and a red Cannon Alpha. Let's suss them out a little closer. 3 big spotlights mounted on the hoopless bull bar with a winch ready to go. No bash plates or recovery hooks though here. Nice little lift with some good looking alloy wheels and all-terrain tires. The roof platform up top with a light bar as well. That on the side looks very interesting to me. It doesn't look like a side step, and maybe a rock slider. Look at the rear bar work here, greatly improving the Tank 500's departure angle, and appears to have a built-in tow bar as well. What do you think? Do you like the look of this Tank 300? Now, I know I told you a red Cannon Alpha is rare, and yet in the show a second one is found. This one appears to be a diesel with 2 spotlights up front mounted on a hooped bull bar. Winch compatible with what appears to be stock bash plate and no recovery point. Savage Tech lift kit, and this I found interesting. Sidestep delete, which isn't very common in my opinion. A nice set of bronze alloy wheels with all-terrain tires. This tray setup also looks pretty neat with 2 side storage boxes, an under tray drawer, and a ladder rack. So in case you missed out at the show, this is what was on display, a National 4x4 in 2025 with GWM. Let me know what you guys think. Do the cars look good or what? Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate a share. Thank you very much. Have a good one.